keep saying interdimensional, the Book of Enoch multiple times, have not been created by mankind.
Project Blue Book.
We're denied access and told that we don't have security.
Ana Paulina Luna was on the Joe Rogan show that aired yesterday. I'm a little late on this one. We're going to break this one up, so if you guys want to watch it in its entirety without me interrupting, I'll have it linked down below. But she talks about how she started her investigation and how she was speaking to our government pilots and that the pilots were not so forthcoming with her. Here's the interview.
Some of the pilots about it, and I was like, what was that? And they're like, we can't really talk about it. No one really wanted to address it. And so from what I'd gathered, that had been likely a UAP. And so that kind of was my perspective. Granted, I also grew up in the generation of the X-Files and, I don't know if you remember 94 Independence Day. So like for me specifically, I didn't look at it with like a crazy lens and perspective. I'm like, you never know if, we're the only ones out there essentially.
But why did you assume that if it's a top secret incursion that he couldn't talk about, that it wasn't just a military craft from another country?
Because of the way that he was discussing it.
What did he say?
So he had been, he didn't want to, from what I gather, get taken off flight status. And he's like, I really can't discuss it. We couldn't really identify it essentially, and it had outperformed them. And so that was my first, from a military perspective, kind of experience with someone who basically, there's a stigma within the flight community. Do you want to lose your security clearance? Is there this level of crazy that people kind of brand that will stick with you and kind of ruin your career?
But doesn't he have instrumentation on his jet?
Well, at the time, right? So it's an older platform, but he really didn't want to even talk about it. And I bring that up because now with our investigation and the task force that I run, actually the reason why the task force was formed was because of an event that happened at Eglin Air Force Base where both myself, Representative Matt Gaetz, and Representative Tim Burchett actually had responded and gone to investigate multiple Air Force pilots that had come forward in regards to UAP incidences that had occurred, and they were alleging that the Air Force was covering it up.
Stop burning money looking for templates, graphics, and fonts. Kittle gives you everything you need for your next creative project all in one.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was that, and I'm happy to go into detail on that one, but what I will tell you is the stuff that I saw at Eglin, how the military responded, me being, a former service member, and then ultimately what I saw with the pushback of the military not even wanting to share with Congress information, which is a big problem because when you have Congress that's supposed to be the advocate and voice for the American people, the oversight body, and you're being denied access, not just from a base commander, but high level up at the Pentagon, even Secretary of Defense, it's a problem.
Do you think that it's possible that these are U.S. vehicles that are top secret?
So that one clip alone is very intriguing to me. So they're saying that our pilots are saying that these vehicles are outperforming us by leaps and bounds. It's not even close. This next clip that's coming up is interesting because Joe Rogan asks Ana if she believes that this technology that we're seeing is our government technology, top secret aircraft that just hasn't been released to the public yet. And she says in some cases yes, but she also says something else that's kind of interesting. Check this out.
I definitely think that there's a level of advanced technology that the U.S. government has. And I think that tech can be housed within the defense contractor realm. And of course, some information is going to be classified. But I can also tell you, and this might sound crazy, but based on our investigations and stuff that we've seen, okay, there is definitely something that I think would rival what we know currently with physics, and a tech that potentially is out there that we don't have the ability to reproduce, because it would basically be like dropping a cell phone right off back during the time of maybe caveman. So we just don't have the tech to develop it yet. What I can also tell you is based on our interviews, and this has been something that you can go back and watch with the congressional hearings, but I was actually able to ask some of the witnesses, what are these things?
Now things start getting pretty intriguing. So she just talked about, how we just don't have the technology to back engineer a good portion of what's going on here with this equipment, that we're getting this exotic material, and that basically dropping a cell phone, back in the day with the cavemen, what are they going to do with it, right? They can't back engineer. They just don't have the tech yet. Similar to us. To me, it's a bit of a contradiction to what we've been hearing about Lockheed Martin and the Tic Tac UFO, but who am I? Who knows? But anyways, now she's going to go into something that's just been thrown around the UFO community for quite some time, and it's interdimensional beings. Are these interdimensional beings? Are they from a different galaxy? what's going on, but she touches on the subject, and listen to what she has to say.
And they keep saying interdimensional. And then when you talk about the interdimensional aspect of, are these things pre-existing, maybe outside of what we currently know as our own dimension, that stuff can kind of all sound crazy. But at the end of the day, my job as an investigator is to receive all the information, decipher it, and then ultimately from a congressional aspect, if you do have contractors that are withholding information or operating outside of the purview of the federal government, there's budgetary issues, but there's definitely something that I can tell you with confidence that exists that we don't know how to explain currently.
So when you say that it operates outside our understanding of physics, what specifically are you saying? Like what happened?
To I guess break it down in simple terms is that I think that some of the tech that exists, that whatever these things have, these energy things have.
Energy things? What do you mean?
Well, they call them interdimensional beings. I think that they can actually operate through the time spaces that we currently have. And that's not something that I came up with on my own. That's based on stuff that we've seen. That's based on information that we've been told. And then also, too, I think that there's this historical aspect of, this gets into the deeper theories and concepts of
when you
currently.
Say interdimensional beings, that they know that these are interdimensional beings. How do they know that?
Based on testimony would be based on witnesses that have come forward, but what I can tell
so
you
the
is
witnesses just were told that they were
interdimensional?
interdimensional?
that they've seen things. And what I can tell you without getting into classified conversations is that there have been incidences that I believe where very credible people have reported that there have been movement outside of time and space.
That's very vague.
So she's saying that she has actual testimony of interdimensional type activities from credible sources. So I am interested in seeing where this goes in the future, and hopefully she could bring more light to this particular topic here, because I find this particular topic extraordinary. Now she's going to touch on religion. Okay, so we've had a bunch of Bibles, and portions of the Bible have been removed and added and this and that. She's going to touch on this. Listen to what she has to say about the religion aspect of this whole thing.
Religion and I think the history that we currently know, and that kind of spins off into another topic of, you have the modern day Bible, you have this aspect of Bibles or books of the Bible that have been removed that explain and kind of touch on these topics. And I think that we're in a time and age where you have such a vast amount of information that we have access to via social media, via your cell phone, via the internet. And so it's really changing the way that we understand, the origins of life and the spiritual reality that we know.
All right, guys, I just want to let you know that this isn't the whole video. It's about a 15 minute long video. Like I said in the beginning, I'll have a link down below. I don't want to do the whole video in this video because guys, go to the original creator. Now, she does touch more on the religion aspect. She reads the Book of Enoch. She finds that fascinating, and the fact that was removed from, I don't know the history of it, but go watch it. Let me know what you think, and yeah. But anyways, you guys, leave your comments down below. I'm out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know what you guys think of everything that Ana Paulina Luna had said in the video, and what do you think? You guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.